Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to write a book. And I've always thought about it as, oh yeah, when I get older, I'll find time and I'll write the book. This is just my journal, this book that's always been on my mind. I know several topics that I want to discuss in it. I'm kind of ashamed of some of the things I want to talk about. I'm kind of ashamed of some of the things I've done in my past life, which is why I believe that my input is so valuable to a younger generation that may be out there and listening, because I've fucked up a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. If I can just get that out to the world and it can help somebody, that's all I really want. You know, like, we're all in this together. We're all people. We're all suffering to some extent. And if my pain can help somebody else avoid that, that's worth it. That was worth it, right? Like, the worst part about life is sometimes you struggle, sometimes you suffer for no reason. Sometimes you don't have to. So hopefully I can help in that. This book that I want to write, the main topics, my theory is that I can sandwich the first and the last, probably 13th chapter. They should kind of feed into each other. So I'm hoping that the first chapter can be about death. And the only thing I've written down so far is death is real. And I want to go into that and talk about the people that I've lost, the people whose death has affected me a lot, and why. I really dig into the why that is. Why does death feel as intense as it does? Do other animals experience death in the same way we do? How do animals deal with death? Do they realize that we pass? If a human dies, does its pet, its companion realize that they died? Or did they just feel like they disappeared and abandoned them one day? That's what I want to look into, research and whatnot. And then hopefully the last chapter will kind of be something similar to death, except I want to approach it from a more spiritualistic Buddhism, Hinduism type of reincarnation angle, and really do some research and dig into what do other cultures think about death? How do they think about death? And it's weird then to see Americans look at other cultures and think, oh, that's weird, because it's all weird. Like, even just Americans, like the way they handle death and whatnot, it's all weird. There's no one correct, oh, you deal with death this way. I want to look into that. I want to see how that affects all of us, our collective psyche, if you will. So chapter 1, death, I know that. Last chapter, death, I know that. I want to have something, a chapter on nostalgia, memories, sleep, how those all kind of, deja vu, how those all kind of fit together. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll figure it out. I have a vague idea of that. I want to have kind of a nature versus nurture topic as well. Like how it is to be raised into a certain religion and or lifestyle and or culture, but then choose something else along the way, and or how does adoption affect how you see the world. And I also want to have this might be ridiculous, I'm just saying these chapters out loud, and it sounds fucking stupid right now, but I really want to do this, so I'm gonna do it. But I also want to have one chapter somewhere in the middle, probably, maybe towards the end. So I want to have it be serious topics, semi-serious, and then somewhere in between, I want to sandwich just kind of a schizo shitpost chapter where it's just all the craziest ideas that I can think of. I have some really stupid ideas that I know are stupid. I know they're ridiculous. I think they're funny. I think they're entertaining. And I'm not particularly religious, but I think they're just as valuable as any fucking religion out there, because it's all made up to some degree. Is there some truth in all the scriptures and all the writings of all the thousands of religions that have come before us? Probably a little bit, right? But it's not to be taken literally. It's not perfect. It's not gospel, as far as I'm concerned. So I want to throw some schizo ideas out there as well, see how they stick, see how they land, if at all, right? So I'm going to write this fucking book, and hopefully by the end of the year, I have something to show for it, If at least a couple chapters, I'm hoping the whole thing. So I'm hoping that I can write every Sunday. I'm hoping that it only will take me about a year. Hopefully, when I say every Sunday, I do mean I'm going to sit down and write 4 to 6 hours every day. Hopefully, every Sunday, just research, write, research, write. Because I've always wanted to, and I'm not getting any younger. Time is not going to fucking slow down. Everything's going to keep on getting worse and worse and harder. And someday I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be 50, if I make it to 50. And I'm going to say, fuck, I wish I wrote that book. So I'm saying, fuck it. Fuck that. Many people less talented than me, many people that are worse at writing than me have done it before me, and I'm going to fucking do it. I'm gonna write this book. I'm gonna write the shit out of this book. I'm gonna write the fuck out of this book. And if it sucks, it sucks, you know? And I'm hoping to have at least 13 chapters. I don't know. Maybe it's unattainable. Maybe it's unfeasible. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for it. See what happens. Fuck it.